So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. So inshallah today I want to go through, we went through the Mazi before, we went through the Mudari. Now I want to run through with you the different combinations of Mazi and Mudari. For example, we then Mazi has Fa'ala, Fataha, Yaftahu. But obviously you can have different, I'll explain it shortly inshallah. So what happens now? You got a Mazi, for example, we've done this one. So it's Fataha. Yeah? Yeah? We've done it in Fataha, Yaftahu. We've done all the different words on it. Okay? But you see this middle letter. The middle letter, the haraka, the fatha, dhamma, kasra on the zaba zaid page. This is variable. Okay? Same with the mudari. We have yaftahu. The middle letter, which is the third letter here, but the second from here, is middle. This is also variable. In terms of its fatha, dhamma, kasra. Zaba zaid page. So you can have yaf'ala, yaf'alu. But then this can also have what? Fa'ila. Have yaf'ilu. And this can also be fa'ula and yaf'ulu. So you can have, the mazi can have three different forms. You can have a fatha in the middle, a kasra in the middle, or dhamma in the middle. A zabar, zera, pesh in the middle. Same in the mudari. You can have a fatha in the middle, a kasra in the middle, or dhamma in the middle. You get what's happening? Yeah? So, now, when you look at this, if you combine it, I don't know who's good at maths here. The possibility, if you got 3 of these times 3 of these, how many possibilities can you get? 9. Because you have fa'ala with 3 of these combinations, fa'ila with 3 of these combinations, meaning you can have a madhi which is on this form, and a mudari on this form, madhi on this form, mudari on this form. So if you look at this table here, I'm going to have a madhi which comes as a part of fa'ala. And then the mudari can be yaf'alu, mudari can be yaf'ilu, mudari can be yaf'ulu. You get what I'm saying? Or you can have a madhi on this form and mudari on any of these 3 forms. So in this combination, in theory, we can get 9 combinations. But we don't have 9, we only have 6. Okay? So for example, the bab that we were doing before, this is called bab. Each combination is called a bab. What's it called? Bab. Bab here means door, but no point translating as door. It's just like a chapter or a section or a group. Here it better means group. So the group is this. For example, the word fataha yaftahu is from this bab. What does it mean? The mazi is on this pattern and the mudari is on this pattern. So we call it the fataha yaftahu bab. So basically what's happening, you got loads of verbs, not only fataha, but then they just pick one verb. That, okay, fataha is a very common verb in this pattern. So we call all verbs, we'll name this bab fataha after, you get what I'm saying? For example, you got university or school. What will they do? They might name it after a very famous student. Or you got a football stadium, cricket stadium. They name it after a very famous player. So what happens is that in this bab you have loads of verbs, but you get the most famous verb or a very famous verb and name it after it. So it's any word, any verb that comes on this pattern where the madhi is fatha in the middle and fatha in the middle on the madhi and the mudari. We'll call this group what? Fataha yaftahu. Do you understand? Then moving on, you can have the madhi has a kasra, but the mudari still has a fatha. That combination is named after what? In memory of Sami'a Yasma'u. Not in memory of, but you get what I'm saying. It's called Sami'a Yasma'u. Okay? This combination, you have fataha in the madhi, but the mudari has got dhamma. So it's really fa'ula, fa'ala yaf'ulu. So you name it after nasara yansuru. And you have daraba yadribu. The madhi, so this, if you look at this theory, where the madhi has a fatha in the middle, you have all different combinations of the mudari. You can have a madhi with fataha, and then you have the mudari corresponding can either be dhamma, fatha, or kasra, all 3. Okay? And then here, now I put these 4 first, these are the most famous ones. The other 2 are not too common. This is common, but maybe like 2-3%. Which is what? Dhamma in the mudari, and dhamma in the madhi, and dhamma in the mudari. That's called karuma yakrumu. What's that bab called? Karuma. So you have fataha yaftahu, daraba yadribu, nasara yansuru, sami'a yasma'u, karuma yakrumu. And this is very rare, like 0.001% of the vocabulary of verbs. Hasiba yahsibu, we're both a kasra. Basically, you'll only come across one for now. Hasiba yahsibu, this one word. So it's very rare. These are the main ones. These 4. And this is okay, and this is very, very rare. Okay? And these combinations don't exist. You'll never get a verb which has a dhamma on the Madi, and then Mudari has a fatha in the middle. That combination doesn't exist. So these are called babs. Okay? Are you following me? You understand how the babs are working? Yeah? So you have the middle is variant, and then of both the Madi and the Mudari. Do you understand? So the Madi and Mudari both are variant, and then according to the variation you get 9 possible combinations, of it 6 exist. And the 4 are very common, and these are rare. Okay? Okay, got it? Right. How do you know which bab is from? For example, you see a verb. How do you know which bab is from? How do you pronounce it? Let's say, if I give you a word never come across before, I give you a word, sa'iqa. How do you know what the mudari is going to be? Yeah, okay, I'll give you another word. Let me think of a word that you want. Get. Okay, it's a taraka. The taraka yatruku, taraka yatriku, taraka yatruku, or riku. Taraka yatriku, raku or ruku. How do you know? You don't. You can't. Nothing you can do about it. It's just all to do with sama. So what will happen? You have to look in the different books. For example, what we did in the notes that you have, we write both the Madi and al-Mudari. And even some dictionaries, some online dictionaries have this as well. They have the Madi and the Mudari, and they write it like they write al-Dhuma ya'dhumu. So you see the al-Dhuma ya'dhumu, so you know it's bab what? Karuma. They'll write both. That's what we did in our book, in the Sarf that you're going through. Okay? And also some places you see this as well. So what do? You write both. If you see both of them, you know, okay, it's al-Dhuma ya'dhumu. You know it's daraba yadribu, not daraba yadrubu. Obviously daraba you'll know because it's very common, but other words that come across. So you see both written out. That's one way of recognizing. Another thing is what they'll do, you'll have the verb, the Madi. You write the Madi, then you write a code. For example, Hashara, the Noon. Which bab is, what's the name? What bab is named after Noon? Nasara. So Hashara, Nasara Yansuru. So Hashara Yah, Shuru. You understand? So you have a little Noon after it. A Noon for Nasara. For Daraba, what do you have? Dad. Fataha. You're really clever. And Hasiba, you'll have Ha, and Karuma, you'll have Kaf. Okay? So this is the way you'll see it, because this is one way of doing it. So one way, lucky way, is if you get everything, or you can have this a small letter to represent the bab. Another way you can have it is, this is way is in the Hanswehr. So this dictionary is what we probably use most. So the Hanswehr dictionary, this is the system that he uses. How does it work? He'll have, for example, Fataha. Then he'll write Fataha. So you know what bab is it? Fatah, not Fati, not Fatu. So he's written a Fatah. And he'll write A after it. What does A mean? A represents Fatha. So it means the Mudhari also has a Fatha, meaning Fatah Yaftahu. Do you get what's happening? So you see, he actually write this transliteration of the Madi. So it's Fataha. And after that he writes an A for A, I or U. The A represents a Fatha, meaning the Madi's middle, the Mudhari's middle letter is what? Fatha. So it means it's Fataha Yaftahu. And in Sami'a he writes a Sami'a, and he writes an A again. That means Sami'a yes, Ma, because the A represents a Fatha. And Daraba, an I represents E, which represents a Kasra. Which in the Mudhari form is what? Daraba Yad Ribu. And then Nasara, U represents a Dhamma. So Nasara Yan Suru. And Karuma, and you got U next to it, means Karuma Yak Rumu. And this is his style. Yeah. That's one style. So you have this style, then you have you write both up together, or you have the small letter. There's different ways of doing it. Different dictionaries have different styles. Okay? You understand that much? Right. Now we've understood that. I just want to give you little tips. Like, for example, like certain bab have certain specialities. Like, for example, Fatah, you see this happens all the time. Samir, this happens all the time. Okay? Karuma, this happens all the time. So Fataha, if you see Fataha, what's Hurufi Halqi? Do you know Hurufi Halqi? You know Tajweed? The throat letters, the one you pronounce from the throat. Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha. So those letters you pronounce from the throat. The makhraj, the source of pronunciation is from the throat. So a bab Fataha will always, almost 99.99% of the times, have in the second or third letter one of these words.
You have a jar majroor. Can you say jar majroor?
فعل مضارع. Sorry, the فتحة.
So you got jar majroor.
Any word from this chapter must have one of these in the ayn and lam. For example, so here, either here or here, you'll have one of these.
If you have a nakira word,
Okay? For example, فتح, بعث, جعل, ذهب, رفع, ركع, سأل, همزة, سأل, سحر, صلح, قرع, لعن, نفع. All of them have one of these. You always have to have one of these. Do you understand? But it's like
so we had this nakira word, we've got this nakira word. What was it?
every mufti, the mufti and Maulana, if you're the mufti in our system, every mufti has to have done what?
There is a nakira.
Okay, example, let me give an example. You have GCSEs and A levels, yeah? Whoever has done A levels must have done what? But everybody who's done GCSEs, not necessarily has done A level. Okay? So every fataha must have
Now the other thing is,
huruf halqi.
if you have the nakira,
But every huruf halqi is not necessarily fataha.
but before it is an ismul fa'il.
You understand? So for example, this, it's got ha in it.
Or there is a fair.
So doesn't mean it has to be babi fataha yaftahu. Because from samia isma hazina yahzanu.
What do you do?
But for example, but the word nasara cannot, for example, let's say you didn't know which bab nasara was from. Can nasara be from fataha?
To that.
Can nasara be from fataha?
And what's
Nasara.
when we pray,
Why not?
who knows?
Doesn't have ha, hamza, the huruf halqi.
They,
So without having a huruf halqi, it cannot be from fataha.
the ismul maf'ul.
You get it? If it has a huruf halqi, it may be from fataha, maybe somewhere else, like hazina.
What does it call?
Hamala from daraba yadribu. Hashara from nasara yansuru. You understand? So just because I have a huruf halqi, it doesn't mean it has to be fataha, but fataha must have what?
Sifatul.
Huruf halqi. Do you understand the link?
How do you make the jar majroor?
That's one little key to help you get by, a little tip and a trick. Yep. Right. Samia, what's so special about Samia? In Samia, not all the time, but many times, is to do the meanings. The meaning of Samia is to do with emotions. What's it to do with? Emotions and feelings. Hazina mean?
Is those words that
Test of your vocabulary.
to be grieved.
To be grieved.
Now what's this?
Emotional. Okay? Rahima?
Ismul fa'il.
To have mercy. Internal feeling. Alima? Personal.
This quality is
Kariha?
I say the word alim.
To dislike. Personal feelings. So many times, Samia has that kind of meaning. Okay? To be sick, marida. To be happy, fariha. All your personal emotions. Many of the Samia have that kind of meaning. So keep that little tip in mind.
So that's sifatul mushabbah.
Karuma? Karuma usually has to do with natural character. The natural character or disposition. Hasuna. Hasuna means to be what? Beautiful. Character, facial or internal. Khabutha, to be foul. Fahusha, to be vulgar.
And the khabar is broken down.
So all of these are what? Like personal characteristics. Azuma, to be great, to be large. Azim, great.
Then
Okay.
muta'alliq is broken down.
So those are like three. Other babs don't have any specialities at the moment. So Fataha, harf halqi. Samia is personal feelings and personal emotions, and this is characteristics from Bab Karuma. Samia and Daraba don't have any. Daraba and Nasr don't really have any outstanding characteristics which I think of benefit to mention to you. Got it? You understand? So do you understand the Babs? How the Babs work? Inshallah. So shall we continue for tomorrow, inshallah?